who are doing some amazing things. So please stay plugged in, guys. All right, let's jump right on it. All right, you know, we always kick the call off with recognizing leaders, all right, who are doing some amazing things, their first hire, their first sale, or they passed their exam. So these guys are not going to talk, but we're just going to highlight them, and we're super excited for you. So the first sale, Eden did their first sale, and Hamza. So congratulations, guys. And then the first hire was Junior. So great job, congratulations. And then Sandra passed her exam. Great job, guys. We were really excited for you. And I know that you guys are going to be on your way and on that leaderboard and group me every week. And so we're going to jump right in, guys. We have some people who actually hit a milestone. So what does that mean, guys? If you go on the hub and you look at the promotion chart, you'll see what you need to do to get a promotion, and you have to do it 2 months in a row. And so these guys are on their way. They hit their first milestone. So that means they did it in 1 month. They have another month to do it, and they're going to up their contract, which ultimately means you up your income. So the bronze position, and we had some people who hit the other ones, but the people that are going to speak today hit a bronze position, where you're doing anywhere between 10,000 to 14,000 production in a month, okay? And these people, this is their first time hitting it. So we are super excited for you guys. You're gonna talk for 2 minutes. 2 minutes and talk about how you did that. And I believe all of these people, well, 2 of them are part-time, well, 3 of them are part-time and 1 of them are full-time. But you're gonna talk for 2 minutes, tell us how you did it. We are excited for you. And the first person I wanna highlight is Jahar. Jahar, hit his bronze position. Take about 2 minutes and talk about that.
Good morning, everybody. I just want to say thank you for having me on here first and foremost, and then thank you to God for blessing me with this opportunity. So it's just been a great journey and a great start. I want to thank Amaka Anderson first and foremost. She introduced me to the business opportunity. I want to thank my leadership with Steve Johnson, with Andre Brooks. Y'all are some great coaches. You guys are big brothers to me, and I really appreciate the team for constantly motivating me to get out here and help families and make some money at the same time. So I'm a full-time active duty military. I like to say 9 to 5, I'm a soldier, and then from 5 to 9, I'm throwing on my FFL gear and rocking that insurance badge and helping families out. So pretty much my strategy was just I got off to a really good start because of the leadership. Amaka Anderson took me into the field. She put me on with leads, just showed me how to get it done. And so I just been working the CRM leads. On our team, we like to say, run the play. And because of that, I've just been successful. And so I've been working CRM leads 1 month, 3 months. They're all good leads. I've been tapping into the system, podcast nonstop. I'm waking up at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, just listening to, Matt Smith, Dominic Rogers. All those are right there for us. So it's just great, to just be able to log in anytime, anywhere, and get some great training. And so just very thankful. And, I'm hoping that I can continue this up, and congrats to everybody and good luck. Thank you.
Awesome. And Jahar, I know that the military is very demanding, so you make no excuses. I know you told me last night that after the military, you turn around and you put on your FFL gear and you get to running. So we're excited for you. Great job.
Thank you.
Not a problem. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next person. We're going to highlight Kwame. Kwame is always plugged into the group me. And, he made a decision this month and hit that milestone. So Kwame, I'm excited for you. The team's excited for you. Take 2 minutes and talk about how you did that.
Hello, everybody. Thanks, Karen. Thanks for having me, FFL family. Well, I've been doing this for years, what I'm saying? I'm still learning from new guys, Actually, this month, what actually happened was a lot of my business was referral business. You remember how Michael talked about, making clients instead of just making sales. So actually what happened was one of my clients, I lost one of my clients. I did insurance for him like 4 years ago. So the family decided to do a Zoom, and then they got me involved, and they have a large family. And then everybody started calling me. They need insurance for their dad. They need insurance for their family members. And also Literally, some people also, young folks also needed insurance. So that's what actually propelled me this month. I'm doing pretty well. Last month. So hopefully, we'll keep it going. A lot of referrals and just working hard and using the system. So that's what's up.
Great job. You know, we're always excited for you and your energy. Keep up the great work. So the next person I'm going to highlight is Pete Pendleton. I know you guys, go ahead and turn your camera off and your mic, Kwame. But Pete Pendleton, he is hitting some major milestones. He hit his bronze. I know you guys have seen his name up there. We're super excited for you, Pete. Take 2 minutes and talk about how you hit this amazing milestone.
Absolutely. Can everybody hear me okay?
We sure can.
All right, perfect. So just getting off the soccer game with my stepdaughter. But guys, look, my background, honestly, I come from the restaurant industry, did some network marketing for years, did pretty well there, but the money was just never what the insurance industry has been able to show me. So really, you know, I got started with Steve. I thought the money that he was talking about wasn't real because in my past experience, you don't just get started in something and start making 10, 20 grand out the gate. That was something you had to think, you know, 10 years down the line for. So I got excited about it once I saw the money was real. I got that first check, saw the first family. But you know, my experience was a little bit different. I know you got to go out and make mistakes in order to win. So I bought my first leads, made my first phone calls by myself. You know, I live out in Winchester, Virginia, and there's no office out here. So once a week, I do drive out to PG County to plug into the office. And that's helped me accelerate my learning pace. But really, it was just about being willing to go out, make mistakes, not look like a professional sometimes in the home, and just, you know, let them know, like, hey, you know, let me consult somebody real quick to make sure this is the best thing for you. But ultimately, I love the FFL opportunity. I love the fact that we get to go in and get rewarded just for listening to people's stories and then helping them find a solution to their problem. And that's all I've been doing in the home. Ultimately, of course, the money's been great as a payout for it, but I find that the number one thing to success is just being committed to your to the time that you're going to give FFL. So if you say, you know, you're going to call during these hours, call during those hours. If you say you're going to run during certain hours, run during those hours. Even if you don't have appointments, there's definitely door knock leads that you didn't get on the phone. So you just got to put in the time. And if you put in the effort, the results will come no matter what your skill set is. It's just a matter of going through the work ethic of it. So appreciate you for having me going.
Pete, that is huge. All of you guys sound like you've been in the business for years. And I know what you told me last night. You drive 2 hours to the office just so you can get the information you need. And that's exactly why you're having the success. We are super excited for you. Great job making no excuses and getting it done. All right, and then we're going to move on to the last person that we're going to highlight. Like I said, we did have some more people that hit a milestone. These were just the people that were available today. And the last person I'm going to bring on is LaKenya. LaKenya, married with 8 kids, making no excuses, getting it done. Girlfriend, she hit her milestone. She is so excited. Go ahead and take 2 minutes and talk about how you did that, girlfriend.
Thank you guys for allowing me to speak on the call today. So I got my little notes here. So I just want to talk to you guys, like she said, about how I was able to do what I did. So the first thing that I have here is that every time I go into the house, I say positive affirmations, which what that looks like is like as soon as I go into the house, I let them know. I tell myself before I get out the car that these people are waiting on me to be there. They can't wait till I get there. They're gonna give me. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here. You should have came hours ago." And you know, I want to give you all my money and my checks and all that stuff so I can protect their family and then also ultimately help my family. So that's what I say every day before I go to every appointment. I say that to myself. And it works because I go in there with the mindset of I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be able to help this family. They're going to help me and my family. So when I go in, obviously that's what happens. The second thing that I do is start doing this month was tracking more. I track my dials, the amount of contacts that I make, the amount of appointments that I set, the amount of sales that I've made. So and how many people I got in front of. I track all of that. So that's been very helpful. And then also I try to be a leader and an example to my team, because me and my husband is recruiting people. So your team only does half of what you do. So if you do like 6 appointments, they ain't gonna do 3. So I have to go in with the mindset of I'm trying to do more, and so like more so they can do more. And then I also had more goals, or I laid my goals bigger than before. And I didn't reach what I wanted to reach this past month. But I wasn't, that upset that I made over $9,000 deposited into my bank account. So even though I didn't reach the
Come
goal that
on now.
yes. So when you make big goals, even if you don't reach it, it doesn't matter because you're gonna, hit the stars or whatever. So and the next thing I want to say is the support from my family. My husband, he's been invaluable to this business. With me, he handles the house and the kids and cooks and cleans and all these things for me, so that I can focus on being in the field and doing what I need to do. And also talking with my family and letting them know that, some days I might, not get up to see my kids go to school in the morning, or even get home, right at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and they already went to bed. So just also, talking to them and let them know it's not every day that happens, but some days it do happen. And then some days my husband let them stay up, longer so they can see me when I get home, so I can feel good. So definitely my husband has been like a really big help. And then my team has been awesome. We've been recruiting more licensed agents. We got new licensed agents here, and we've just been working hard with them. And then the next thing I only got 2 more things, y'all. Following up with your clients, keeping track of it, because what I noticed this month, I keep track more so of like exactly what happened in the house and those kind of things. So that way I can remember to follow up and those kind of things. And now I have people that's helping me so I can remember to do my follow-ups. I also started doing door knocks. I've had, $1,000 days from just door knocking. And then also the leads, I actually doubled my lead flow this past month, which doubled my income, more than doubled my income. So I doubled my lead flow, which more than double my income. So increase your lead flow. And then identify if you going to be doing busy work or if you're actually working the business, what you're supposed to be doing. Like the only real things that as a salesperson is business, setting the appointments, getting on the appointments, and finding like more people to go see. And if you're not doing those 3 things, you're not really working, and you need to all the other stuff is important too, like the admin stuff and all that stuff is important, but kind of make sure and prioritize what needs to get done. So make sure you're doing the income producing activities most of the time, and then the other stuff will fall in place. That's all I got. Thank you. I can't hear you, Korean.
I'm so sorry. Okay, go ahead and stay on, because I'm gonna have you talk as the first speaker again. It only makes sense to keep you on for the next subject. But that is awesome. It sounds like you're utilizing all aspects in the business, and ultimately, guys, when you double your your leads, when you purchase your leads, so you invested more, you're making more money. So that's very powerful. So great job to you and your husband running a solid business together as a partnership. And so we're going to move that's it for the milestones, guys. We're going to move on to the next. Now we have a conference coming up, which is Monday in Baltimore. Okay, guys. So if you haven't registered, if you haven't thought about going, if you're not sure, you're going to find out today why you need to be there. Because what I know is the only reason why all of the managers on this call, the reason that the direction that the entire FFL National is going in, the reason why people are getting their logos, hitting these milestones, is because most of these people came from a big event, and big decisions are made at big events. And here's the thing. You heard LaKenya, and guys, you don't know all her story or some of these leaders that were speaking, but they laid her off. So you understand that if you like a job, that's great. If you love it, that's great. But at any point in time, you can leave the job, or the job may leave you, or something might happen to your health and you can't work. So working here and building a business will allow you to be in position, guys, to build a business that you can eventually walk away from, that will pay you for the rest of your life. All right, they're going to talk about everything. You're going to hear from the best of the best. And these people here that are going to talk made a decision, went to their first event, which was conference, and came back and are having success. So guys, I do want you to talk for about 3 to 5 minutes. All right, and LaKenya, go ahead and pop back on for me. But talk about for and maybe 3 minutes. Talk about how the event has changed your business and why it's important that people should go.
Okay, thank you. The event, me and my husband went to the convention. That was in February. So February we went to convention, came back in March. We had the best month that we've had. So obviously you need to get to this convention. I'm coming, and on top of that, the convention is on, or the sales conference is on the 12th. I'm coming, and I'm bringing 3 other people with me. I got Unseer, and I'm bringing Daryl, and actually 4 more people. Of course, Carnicia's coming. So yeah, so I'm bringing all my team, because I'm going to be able to. I know what I got out of the conference when it was just me and my husband, and I prepare my business to double. So obviously, when I get all these other people that's licensed, that come in there too, and they're going to be like, see what I saw, and they're going to come out and they're going to double their business or get their business started off to a fast start. So kind of like what I learned from the trip was to, like, what I took from it is to be more focused in my time. And it allowed me to dream bigger, because we seen people there was like making $1 million by themselves. Like, it's crazy money. And I see them and I'm like, okay, well, I want to be the one that gets on the stage, and I want to be the one that's talking. So I had my goal went bigger, because I used to think, oh, I'm just gonna have like $50,000 in a year or something like that. But no, I want $1 million a year. So me and my husband, we laid the plan out and we started to attack that plan. So we just been more focused and learn as much as we can. And that's the other thing, like training and stuff like that. That we did go to and listen to on a regular basis and at the conference, I would just suggest most definitely take notes and then implement those notes, because just writing down the stuff and then just putting it up for later and you never look at it again, that's not gonna really help you or whatever. And so make sure you go back and review it and put, like, when the people tell you to do certain things, you need to go do it. The one of the big things that they kept saying at the conference is like they had 30 appointments, and I know I fall short sometimes, but I have been tracking. I've been doing a lot better with my 30 appointments. But 30 appointments is what gets them to like the Hall of Fame and those kind of things. Spending $1,000 to $2,000 a week on leads. I ain't got there yet, but I'm getting there. That's my goal, to get there. And I'm listening to them, and it's not like one person is saying it, like multiple people are saying it. And that means to me, it's like success leaving clues for me. And in my last company, I always sat there and I looked and I dreamed, and I was like, dang, I saw these people, they're not better than me or anything like that. I feel like I could do that. And I always like, dang, what is the thing that's clicking? Like, I can't get my business to click and my stuff to fall in place. I used to think people were keeping secrets exactly what to do. But since I've been here, things have started been clicking for me. And I've been like learning and listening, and like everything is kind of just falling into place over here. So I just been so thankful to be able to be here. Like, since convention, we hired us an admin. We more than doubled our income. We got a second office, and we do all of this around all the kids. Just this past week, my husband's on the road now, taking my stepdaughters back. We just had 7 kids in the house. We have 8 altogether. We just had 7 kids this whole week in the house, and yesterday I did over $3,000 in production just yesterday. And we do this with all of the kids. And at any given time, we have at least 5 kids in the house. So 5 to 8 kids, of course, always in the house at all times. So we are able to do this around the kids and everything. So if you're thinking like, oh, I can't do it, just definitely plug in to the conference and you can do it. And have that conversation with your family, even if you're single, because I might have a leg up because I got my husband, obviously, because he's helping me. But even if you are single with kids and those kind of things, like you have family members that can help you maybe to watch the children while you go out and whatever. Like you just gotta do what you gotta do. And I'm not saying, y'all gonna probably be like laughing at me when I say this, but I've sometimes even in the past just even took my kids on the farm with me. You gotta do what you gotta do to get this money. So that's what we did. Not, everybody can do that. Their kids ain't, maybe not be what you call it, behaved, but my kids are. So I can take them. So I've done that. So you just gotta eliminate all excuses and go right at it and go to this conference, and you'll be able to definitely do what you need to do on that. And that's pretty much it.
LaKenya, that's power. Everything you said is powerful. And guys, something that you guys need to know about LaKenya and her husband is that they're all the way in Arkansas, and they have not seen me not do one appointment. And actually when she started, she actually didn't close anything for the first month or two. So she went through her bumps, went through her bruises, made no made no excuses, and still found a way to get it done. And after the event, she changed her entire life and business. So great job, LaKenya. The next person I want to bring on, oh, this guy is so fire. And it's so funny because even though he's brand new to the business, I learned so much from him. I believe that you can learn something from everybody and anybody, whether it be good or bad, what to do or what not to do in business. But he is one of the perfect examples of, just leading from the front, brand new in the business, but is killing it. And he's booking his 30 appointments or a week and getting it done, hitting 30 to 40 grand in production a month. And he also is married and, has kids. So D'Anthony, if you could come on, this is another guy that makes no excuses. He gets it done. Talk about your experience at the conference. That's your first conference and how it has changed your business and why people need to go. Take about 3 minutes, buddy. Do we have D'Anthony on? Can everybody?
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, Corinne, I was saying I appreciate you for having me on here. It means a lot, and just like you said, I learned a lot from you. When I was in contracting, I got like all of the notifications that were going off were from you in the group me, talking about how much business you was writing, and I was like, dang, she killing it. I was like, I want to do that. I want to do what she's doing. So it's crazy how like now I'll call her. She'll answer the phone when I call. She hasn't missed one of my calls yet, and she'll answer all of my questions. And if I have she'll help me. She'll help guide me. So Corinne, I appreciate you for that. But just going to convention, right?
Yes, sir.
Corinne? Okay, so going to convention, it was I wasn't gonna go. So the reason why I went once again, so Corinne and Kylie, they called me one night, and I asked them a question. Even though I had talked to Frank about it, I still wasn't gonna go yet. But to be honest, the reason why I went was because of a brief conversation that I had with Corinne and Kylie. They pretty much just told me like, D'Anthony, what do you want to do? They said you gonna learn it there, and I don't know why it was. Frank had told me that, but it was just something about it when they told me. It stuck with me literally. That night I went home, I got me a flight, all of that. This is like 3 days before convention, by the way. But so just going to convention, of course, like she said, I'm new. Pretty much what convention did for me was it was an eye-opener. I'm an ex-athlete, so it was pretty much like being in a room with all of the best athletes, the best people in the division, the best people in the league. And you're literally able to talk to them, Like LaKenya was talking about people doing $1 million. Like Jonathan Persona, he actually had a conversation with me. You know, it wasn't long, but he gave me some advice. You know, Mark Mead, I was able to talk to him, got his number. I've talked to him before. I talked to Wayne Carr now once or twice a week. And some of you guys may not know who these guys are, but these are the guys that's doing Hall of Fame every year. They're making, like, JP was the top producer last year in Family First Life. But just being there with those guys, being able to hear them talk, hearing that they're doing the same thing that Corinne is telling you to do, that all of the managers are telling us to do. Run your 30 appointments. You can't lose. Lead flow, lead tight, all of that. Being your mindset there. And just seeing that, it was like, man, it's no secret sauce. You know, it's simply just plugging into the system and believing in the system and really just wanting to help families. I think that what helped me at convention the most was just seeing how you can go from doing in a year, you could go from doing, let's say, 200,000, and then literally in the next year you could be doing 700 to $1 million as a team. Like, it could all happen so fast. And just being in a room and all of that, it was almost like, how can't you be motivated? You know, how can't you be inspired? Why won't you go back home and do more? You know, and one thing that I learned at convention was that some people go there and they learn a lot and they take it and they go hit the road running. Some people go there and they learn a lot and they don't take anything from it. You know, or they take a lot from it, but they don't go and apply it. You know, the thing about this business is they've got it down to a science. So literally, guys, if you apply it, the numbers will work. The numbers will work. I never thought that I'll be making 23, 22 years old. I'll be making, I say 23 because my birthday is coming up. But I never thought I'll be making this kind of money. Like, I talked to my wife, she was like, wow, you know, like, it's crazy how quick, like, literally in the snap of a finger, you could go from being able to pay your bills barely, or only having a little bit of money left over, and then boom, you got all this money in your savings account. You know, I just took my wife on vacation. You know, I'm about to take her on another vacation. You know, this is all because of FFL, all because of Sean Mike, Frank Euphemia, people like Corinne, people at convention. You know, some of these same people that were at convention that's going to be at our conference. Some of those same people were the reason why I'm able to sit here and talk to you guys today. So I don't know if that's my 2 minutes or not, Corinne. Do I need to keep talking?
You did amazing.
I got a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So that was, Gabby, that was so good for real. Like, so you're 22 years old, right?
Well, my birthday is on the 13th of April.
But you're 22 right now, right? But you're gonna be 23 on your birthday, right?
Yeah.
So you just, and you said you averaging how much income?
Like, since I've been here, well, I just did 30 grand in March.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just overall,
I just
like,
did 30.
what's your average? And when did you start? Let me ask you that.
I started January 1st.
January 1st. And what did you sell insurance before you got here?
No. I only knew I knew what the opportunity could do because I was introduced to it, but never sold anything. Never have I ever ran an appointment, sat in the house, none of that. Only just heard about what life insurance could do.
Okay, and then you were in IT before, correct?
Yeah, I worked in the IT field for about 8 months.
So nothing to do with sales, nothing to do with nothing, right? Nothing
at all.
You did a complete career change, basically.
Yep, that's safe to say.
And because that's why I want to make sure everybody heard what you said. And then you last month, so we had convention in February. Last month you wrote over $30,000 personally, right? You're starting to build a little bit right now, right? But I think, I mean, I'm just blown away by you, Nancy, just because you do sound like you've been here for a long time. But I think it goes back to listening to podcasts, listening to your manager, getting coaching, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of those things are adding up to your success and the words that are coming out your mouth. Is that fair to say?
Oh, most definitely. And the thing is, like, what new agents tend to do is they blame their manager. Well, he or she is being too hard on me. You know, I told Frank that I didn't want to. And you guys, if any of you guys have Frank office number, call him and ask him, and he'll tell you if I'm lying or not. Like, if Frank or Jamie call me right now and say, "Hey, D'Anthony, we need you to go do this," I'll say, "Look, I need a little bit of time to get. We need you to drive here. Or we need you to fly here and get there. I'm gonna do it. Now I may not be on time, but I'm gonna do it because those people, they've done so much for me, you know, and they didn't have to. But if you guys talk to Frank, I told Frank, look, man, I don't want to be. Look, if I do, because I understood that if you were only doing like 15, 20 grand a month, those are part-time hours. Guys, I'm not doing this part-time. When I come home from work or from in the field, guess what my wife asks me? She'll be asleep. She'll roll over and say, well, how did the day go? You know? And what I learned is that sometimes people in business may look like you're doing good to the people in business, but you come home to your family and the wife on the other side, you ain't got no money. So I pretty much told Frank I didn't want to be one of those guys. So until I could consistently sell 30 grand a month, man, dude, don't take it easy on me. And that's why our relationship has grown, because I think he understands, like, we respect each other, and he knows that if I'm not giving 100, then dude, you got to be telling me you finna come kill me or something, you know, because that's the only way I know how to be, guys. And if some of you guys are trying to come in and blow it up right away, that's the mindset you guys have to have. You know, it's either this gonna work or I'm gonna die trying. You know, like, I ain't got no plan. Life insurance was my plan B. Well, I never had a plan.
Now this is your plan A, right? Your only plan, right?
Say that again.
I said, like you said, life insurance was your plan B. Now sounds like this is your only plan.
It's my only plan. I didn't think about C and D. I'm not gonna think about C and D. You know, I think my basketball career is over. You know, I'm not gonna go back and play in college or try to go play professional or anything. So it's a life insurance or nothing. You know, so I'm just being honest. Like, and it's just all about mindset. It's all about mindset, guys. And talking to people like Kali and Corinne, like, do y'all know their story? Like, come on, man, that gotta light fire under you. I got Kali's story on my phone. She doesn't know, but I watch it. You know, I watch it. You know, it's amazing. That stuff gotta inspire you. It has to.
Well, D'Anthony, you inspire me. You know what I'm saying? Just because you know, you're younger, a young man, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing. And you know what I'm saying, just, you know, you're like, it sounds like you've been here forever. So like Corinne said earlier, you know, you can learn from anybody, you know what I'm saying? So thank you so much for your leadership and, you know, your willingness to always help out and really be a team player. Those are the things that I really appreciate about you, D'Anthony. Thank you.
No, thank you guys so much.
So next up, we got Evie. Evie, are you there?
Hey, Kali.
Hey, so Evie lives in North Carolina. Evie came to her first event in February. She's coming from North Carolina to Maryland for this event. So Evie, take a couple minutes and just tell everybody why they need to get to the sales conference on Monday.
Hey, everybody. Congratulations to all the bronze winners, all the speakers. You guys are doing an amazing job. And that's super inspiring. My first event, I want to say I was probably maybe about 2 weeks in the business. The excitement that I would see on the dials and just the group me and everything else, I was like, you know what? I mean, I came from a background of insurance, so I always knew, and just generally in life, when you attend a big event, you make big decisions, right? Because it's not just looking into something and going, well, I see one person having success. You know, when you see tons of people and what I saw that event was about 80 to 85% of the room just rocking it and killing it. And to me, that was mind blowing because, you know, that's what we look for in life. We're looking, you know, to play a big game, to win big. And that's what I saw at that event, where it was just a lot of encouragement, a lot of leadership, a lot of teamwork, people just pouring into you. There was no holding back. It was just amazing. The excitement was there. I mean, everything was just kept very simple, very real. And just, it was just pretty much plugging into the system. So, I know for me, it was a little nervous at first because I was like, oh my God, can I do this? I'm like, it just seemed so unreal that you could walk into a company and just turn around. Cause I know that was the first time I had saw D'Anthony on stage, and just to see him up there on that Q&A and they're going, issue pay. And he's like, what's that? I mean, that right there was just mind blowing to me, because I'm like, he didn't even understand what half of the terms were. However, the amount of money I'm already pushing out and putting into his bank account, I was like, what the hell? I'm like, this is the place to be. So had I not been at that event, you can't get everything from a 1 hour training call on Saturdays or just watching group me. You see the excitement, it's insane. But until you get to these events, I'm like, there's nothing in the world that can keep me from attending any event, any FFL events, because I've already seen firsthand from the first event just how powerful these, what you guys put together. So thank you guys for the leadership.
Thank you, Evie. And Evie, you, since the February event, you have quit your job and you're now doing Family First Life full time. Is that right?
I absolutely am, because I realize there's only but so much time in a day, and to go build somebody else's business and catch anxiety attacks all day long was just it wasn't the right combination for me. So I figured, I'd rather go through the growing pains, the bumps on the, any challenges, any adversities. I'd rather go through that knowing that I'm building for me and for my family.
Absolutely. Great job, Evie. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you over the week on Monday.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to wrap it up with one more person. So this guy, the reason we left him for we called him, took him to last, because he, before he came to Family First Life, you might have heard from him before. He was a police officer. He ended up injuring himself, and basically, if he did not make a career change, his doctor told him to go back to school. He was going to end up probably dying from one of the injuries that he ended up having. So he came here, and I know him and his police officer partner, both of them came to Family First Life, started out part-time. They went to their first big event last February. And as a result, last year, I think Ryan, Ishii paid, he was a Hall of Fame producer. Ishii paid over $400,000 personally in production. And then this year at the February event, because what he heard, now Ryan is in the process of really getting locked in on building and hiring. So Ryan, can you take about 5 minutes, talk about why everybody needs to be at this event on Monday? No excuses. If they are not there, they are going to be behind in their business, and just what can they expect from the event, and what can they expect after the event? Ryan, you there? And what did the event do for you when you first went to an event? Ryan Urbanski. I know I saw him on the phone. Ryan's not here.
Can you hear me?
Okay, there you go, Ryan. Let's go.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. I just love these calls. It just fires me up and gets the weekend that much further ahead for me. But really, these events are a must. If you're serious and you want to be 100% into this business, a lot of people say we want to be 100%, but if you don't get to one of these, then that 100% may or may not come for you. I'm going to be honest with you. I started back in November of 2019. I didn't even attend my first big event. It was one of these sales conferences that we're having right here in Baltimore. I actually went up to PA, and it was before I was even licensed. And I went up there all excited. I was going to have my license, and I failed it. I failed my test. And you better believe I thought just for like a half a second about whether or not that I wanted to attend this or schedule that test sooner so I could get licensed and just get rocking and rolling. But really what it allowed me to do is going to the sales conference and the convention, it really boosted my business, my outlook on this business, because like everybody has said before, it changes your perspective. And gives you the ability to see you don't have to be special. Everybody in this business is making money if you do the main things that you're supposed to do: buy leads, pick up the phone, go to work. So a lot of people are humble in this business, and you'll be able to speak to quite a lot of people, hear their stories. I was actually able to talk to Jonathan Porcina, my first sales conference that I went to, and he was even killing it back then. And he told me, I said, "How much do you spend on leads? And what are you doing?" And he took 5 minutes and talked to me and said, "Look, I get on a plane once a week. I go to Chicago. I probably spend about 20,000 in leads, but I do about 80 grand a month." And I sat there. Now, again, I'm not a math genius, but even $60,000 a month was more than what I was making as a police officer in a year. So just hearing that story allowed me to really, it just opened my eyes and just pushed me. And I was like, yeah, this is for me. Like, I gotta do this. So, but if I wouldn't have went, I don't think I would have been able to experience the success that I had early on, because I wouldn't think that was possible. So
say that again, Ryan.
If I didn't go to one of these conferences, I wouldn't have listened to everybody else and had that talk with Jonathan Porcina, I wouldn't have thought that where I was able to get to so quickly was possible. But it was possible. So you're really, I hate to say it, I'll say it until I'm blue in the face, you're going to wind up shooting yourself in the foot and, wishing that you would have come if you decide not to. If you want to be successful, you want to make money, you want to do everything and have the things that people on this call and the leaders are able to have and go do, you got to go. No excuses, because you're going to either pay for it one of two ways. It's a day. It's 5 hours to possibly change your entire life. So do you sacrifice 5 hours so that your entire life can and will be forever changed? Or is it not important to you? So I'm just going to kind of leave that decision up to you. I know it's changed my life. And has allowed me to help other people change their lives. So again, Monday, 12 o'clock, Baltimore, Maryland, you definitely don't want to miss it. Once in a lifetime opportunity, and it'll allow you to take your business to the next level.
Thank you so much. That is well said, right? Thank you. So guys, like he said, 12 o'clock, a Western BWI Airport. It's free. There's no cost for the event. So that's a whole nother thing. Most companies charge for training, and this event all of our events are absolutely free. Trainings are always free. Just because the president of the company feels like, why should you get charged to be able to learn, right? So the other thing about these events is that it's not a bunch of hype. It's all business. It's all training. So it's going to be the nuts and bolts of the business, how you do the business. And like D'Anthony said, these are the people that you're going to hear from, are the people, these are the players in the business. Jonathan Porcina is going to be I think he's the last speaker, the next to last speaker at the event. Jonathan Porcina in 2020 personally paid over $1 million in premium in 2020 personally by himself. So that means this man is writing on average $83,000 a month in premium, or not on a team, by himself. So if you want to learn how to do a half of that, even a quarter of that, you guys need to be there. But with all of that being said, guys, have a great week. We will see you guys on Monday. It's not too late to register. We will post the registration link again in GroupMe because there's a couple more seats left. I believe it's only about 20 more left because space is limited due to COVID. So if you have not registered, you need to register today, guys. But we will see everybody on Monday. Have an amazing week. Thank you.